man that can't be beat. They're the pride of Cloverdale, the Colts in blue, skating fast, hitting hard, breaking through. Battles in the corner, busting across the line, picking top corners, making saves so fine. Jackson A crashing that crease. When he's on the ice, it's a red light feast. Orson's up high, ripping the point shot. Richards in front, tipping from the slot. The ice shakes, get out of your seat. Tyler weaving through the zone, what a feat. They're the pride of Cloverdale, the Colts in blue, skating fast, hitting hard, breaking through. Battles in the corner, busting across the line, picking top corners, making saves so fine. Port Moody trembles with fear, Richmond hides when the Colts are near. Abbotsford turns and runs away, afraid what will happen if they stay. The Colts battle hard to defend their space as Mitchell tries to block a shot with his face. They're the pride of Cloverdale, the Colts in blue, skating fast, hitting hard, breaking through. Battles in the corner, busting across the line, picking top corners, making saves so fine. Making saves so fine.
Hello everyone, the Cloverdale Colts highlight show is back on the air, situated from the corner of the Killarney Community Center to see the Colts take on the Vancouver Thunderbirds A1 team. This game took place on December 5th, and as you can see, the Colts are wearing their third jerseys here today, the cream colored with blue and red trim. And at the far end of the ice, way down the other end from this corner, you can see the Thunderbirds in their blue jerseys with yellow trim. The Colts come into this game facing a roster crunch here today as illness is working its way through the team. 5 players out of this game: Liam, Mack, Jackson Davis, Lyndon Cameron remaining out with his knee injury, and Jackson Mumm. And so 5 players down. They'll be playing with 3 lines and only 4 defense here today. Nate is going to get the start in net. This is his 4th consecutive game starting in net as Sahaj is also under the weather. This is a fresh matchup for the Colts. They haven't played the Thunderbirds yet this season. So let's head to the first period and see how they can do with this undermanned roster. We start off with the play down at the far end. Colts are going to have a turnover at the offensive blue line that's going to get pushed up here for a partial breakaway, but Nathan comes in, reaches in with the stick, nicely deflects the puck away, so it's off to the corner. Colts then putting it up their left wall. One attempt to get it out at the blue line there. That fails. There's another puck back on the Colts stick, out to the blue line again, and again it doesn't come out. And there's a third one at the line that doesn't come out. Eventually it's a point shot, rebound out to that player who swoops it on net with the backhand, but Nate comes across and covers it up. Now it's going to be the Thunderbirds' opportunity with this pass back to the point. They're going to have their own turnover of their own on the offensive blue line. It's going to send Leo away in a breakaway. He tries to go up high with it, but it gets a piece of the Vancouver goalie. We're back in the Colts zone again, and we're going to continue the theme of this game so far as the Thunderbirds have a turnover at their blue line there. It's going to send Knox down the right side alone on a partial breakaway of his own, and he gets a shot off, save from the goalie. Here's a battle for the puck at center, and the referee's going to kind of get in the way where we can't quite see what happens, but it's going to be a cross-checking penalty against the Vancouver penalty, sending the Colts to the power play with an opportunity to open the scoring in this game. So here they are on the power play, puck down low. It's going to get moved out high here to Orson, and his point shot's going to get deflected down by Seth nicely in front, but it doesn't make it through the Vancouver goaltender. Vancouver then shoots the puck down the ice on the penalty kill here, and the puck comes off the wall awkwardly for Nate, and he mishandles it, but Wes is there in behind him to make a rapier-like save, kicking the leg out and knocking that puck down before it can head into the net for a shorthanded goal. The power play continues for the Colts. Here comes Jackson Anderson off the half wall, gets a shot on net, and he's behind net, gets a little bit of a shove, and as a reaction to that, he trips the player up. And as often happens, the referee is only going to call the retaliation, and so Jackson heads to the box, And that power play is now over, and it's going to ultimately result eventually in a power play for Vancouver. So here they are, working the puck around, moving it off to the right, and that player whips it on net, and it beats Nate to, looks like, the blocker side. Maybe it was 5-hole, hard to tell from this angle, but the T-Birds are here in our living room celebrating a 1-0 lead as we go to the second period. And the Colts are going to get a chance right off the draw. They win the opening faceoff of the period, move it around, give it to Leo, who beats that player wide, comes in on the left side, gets a shot on net, the rebound's loose there. Vancouver sweeps it away before Bryson risks a high shot that sails over the net. Colts continue to work in the offensive zone, working down low in the corner. Here's a give and go that Noah gets back in the slot, puts it on net with the backhand, rebounds there, but Vancouver swats it away. Colts having a strong start to this period. They're going to get another chance here. Again, it's Leo, and again, he's coming down the left side. This time, he's going to hold on to it and try to cut in front, but can't quite get the angle to the front of the net, and the goalie seals it off at the post. All this hard work is going to pay off for the Colts in another opportunity on the power play. Here you see Arjun engaged with a Vancouver player there, and he cross-checks him in the back as the puck goes out to the point. So that's 2 minutes for cross-checking, and now the Colts are on the power play again. And you see Arjun in front, and Richard's going to get it to him, but he can't quite get it up over the goaltender. The play is now down on the other end, and Orson is engaged in a battle with that Thunderbirds player. He falls down, and then after he gets back up, he reaches in with the stick, and that's going to be 2 minutes to Orson for hooking. Colts do successfully kill that penalty, so back to 5-on-5. Here's a scrambling play in the neutral, and watch there. You just saw Arjun kind of hook that Vancouver player, and his stick was tied up in the Vancouver player's wrist, and he comes down with a one-handed slash to get the stick away from him and knocks the stick out of Arjun's hand. It's going to be a penalty to Vancouver, so Colts back on the power play. Tyler puts this missed point shot over to Jackson Anderson, who tries to come out with it. It goes off of his stick out to Mitchell, who whiffs on the first attempt, but gets the second one on net, and a goaltender looks like he got a piece of that to deflect it wide. Here comes Leo again. He's in a number of promising rushes in this game. This time he tries to shield the defender and get a shot, but he's thwarted once again by the Vancouver goaltender. Here's a bit of an ill-timed change by the Colts as all 5 players were changing at once. That allows Vancouver to come hard up the left side, and everyone has to catch up to it as the play was behind them. And as Orson's doing that, he's going to get his second consecutive hooking penalty to try to prevent that player from going through to the net. So Thunderbirds now back on the power play, having scored their first goal on the power play. And here they're going to walk out from the corner and get a couple cracks at it. Nate makes the first save, it looks like, but the rebound is there, and nobody can clear it out, and the Colts are down by 2. Second period is winding down now, just under a minute left. Here's Seth with the puck along the wall. He bounces it up, and Leo picks it up with another rush, this time down the right side. His shot squeaks through the arm of the goaltender, and a hard-charging Orson gets it with his foot and pushes it into the net. And I say push because it's not a kicking motion, and it's going to count even though it was off Orson's foot, and his stick is actually up in the air over his head. But either way, it's a good goal, and the Colts have cut this lead in half, 2-1 heading to the third. And here on the fresh, shiny ice, there's a point shot from Nathan that Noah tips down dangerously, and it just is off the toe of the Vancouver goaltender. Play continuing over in the corner. Vancouver is going to try to get it out, and they're going to be successful with that, and it's going to end up coming down the ice, and that player loses it, but it gets pushed back to him as he's in behind the defense, and it gets shoveled on net, but a big save there from Nate. Cloverdale now is going to get a power play to look to tie this game. Here's Arjun behind the net, and that player is going to get the elbow up into his head and set his helmet ajar, and he's going to get called for head contact. And unfortunately, the Colts couldn't generate any offense off that power play, so now they're back in their own zone defending. Puck here in the corner, maybe the legs getting tired as the game wears on with the lower bodies. And this puck's going to get put out front, bounce to that player, and Nate has to charge out hard to cut down the shooting angle and make the save. But after that, Vancouver's behind the net with the puck, and West comes in, plays it a little too aggressively, giving a two-handed shove to the Vancouver player into the boards, and that's going to result in a cross-checking penalty to West. So here's Vancouver on the power play, looking to restore their 2-goal lead. They're going to put this puck backwards, and they're going to maintain possession as this defender comes in, picks it up, goes to the left, throws it in front where there are 2 bodies. That player sweeps it on net, hacks away at the rebound, but Nate's got it covered. So off the ensuing faceoff, Seth is going to have a nice read. He's going to intercept that play back to the point, and he's going to hard charge down the right side. That defender does a nice job, though, to hold him off and keep him to the edge. Play continues behind the net, and Seth chases after it, runs into that player, pushing him down, and the referee's going to call that penalty to put the Colts down 5-3. That's a little borderline, in my opinion, for a 5-on-3 call, but it's going to be boarding to Seth. The Colts get the 1 player out of the penalty box, but they're still down 5-on-4, And Vancouver's going to work it around. Nice exchange there at the point. Throw that towards another. Rebound bounces right out to this player who's off alone on an island over here. He goes down on one knee and takes the one-timer, and Nate tries to sprawl across and make the save, but it's in. And the third power play goal of the game for Vancouver, and they have a 3-1 lead. Despite the tired legs, the Colts are going to try to get back in this one. Leo, nice pass out front to Noah. He shovels out on net, but it's saved by the goaltender. A little later, down the wall, last-ditch attempt. Leo again puts it up front to Jackson Anderson. Bounces up the fender right back to Leo, and then Richards in front. He sweeps that with a backhand, but can't get it to go. And the Colts are going to run out of time in this one and end up losing it 3-1. So a strong effort overall from a depleted roster and an ill team. And you see the Colts did end up out-shooting the Vancouver team 26-21 in this game, but only the one goal there from Morrison off his foot. And with only the one goal, not a lot of change to the overall stats, but here they are as they currently stand. Next up, we'll have a look at the ultra-confusing PCAHA standings table, where they have more columns than is absolutely necessary, that's for sure. But you see there now the Colts in 8th place, but with games in hand against some of the teams closest to them in the standings. Let's have a look at what the schedule is like the rest of the way out. This is all the games until Christmas. Next game, a home one against Abbotsford, and we'll see you there.